fix the plug which opens and closes the valves for the exhaust. These downpipes must have got put on the engine and the engine lifted up from underneath because look at this. There's no way to get them out. We've got to try and remove this, but I'm not quite sure how this actually removes unless we drop the engine down a bit. It gives a bit more room, but still probably not enough. But this is a bit silly. On top of the heat shield and the cover was like an electrical connection box. So we had to undo some of the wires on that, remove them out the way, and once we've got that undone, we should be able to move the heat shield out the way. Yeah! Woo! This gave us a little bit more room to pull out the downpipes from the back of the car. Yeah! 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 So essentially this is like removing a potato from the exhaust. So here's the restriction.
That's the potato.
Yeah, and then this one's got no potato. So now we're going to put these ones in. Thanks so much to MTC Motorsport, links in the description. Let's hope these are easier to fit than those were easier to take off. Hey, these don't have the tab on them. Oh yeah, they do. Let's go, let's put them in. Putting the downpipes on was a lot easier than taking them off. They slotted in a lot easier. And with them in, we just had to put all the trims and everything back in place. Look how cool they look. Last thing to go on was the engine cover, and now it's time to get the new exhaust out. Here we go, new and old. The icing on the cake, check out these bad boys. More carbon. The black tips, which I think are probably meant to be chrome, but they've gone black, are now going to be replaced with dry carbon. How do we feel about that?
It's different, but I don't mind it.
Yeah, I think it's quite cool. Right, let's replace these, get the whole exhaust on, and hear noises. The standard exhaust tips are bolted to the rear diffuser, and the bolts were pretty rusty, so it took a little bit more work than I thought to get these off, but I think it'll be worth it. Thank you. So we have an issue with this. These are the springs out of the Miltech one, and they're meant to go in the valve and open, close the valve. The motor sits on the top. But this spring is for a Miltech exhaust, not for a Scorpion. And the Scorpion one's meant to work off the OEM spring, and we don't have the OEM spring. So when we go to Audi later in the video, we should probably pick one of these up. But for now, we're gonna have to just open the valve so there's constant flow going, and just tape it in place, and then later on we will sort this. But that's quite annoying, but it is what it is. We didn't have the right spring because Miltech decided to be weird. Now we've got to put the rest of the exhaust on. We're just checking whether we can get to all the nuts and bolts.
Oh, you can easy up here, look.
Yeah?
Yeah, no problems. I can get my fingers on all three at once.
To fit the exhaust, we do the same thing but in reverse. But this time we're doing it in sections. The front part of the exhaust went on, and then on goes the middle section of the exhaust, but first we need the OEM hangers off. We need to line everything up, and then bolt in the hangers to the chassis of the car. And finally, it's the back piece of the exhaust which connects to both back boxes each side. I'm not sure how different the sound's going to be with this Scorpion exhaust, but I know with the downpipes, it's probably going to make it a lot louder. But let's find out. Ready?
Am I going straight to red line?
No. Oh my god. It is pretty loud. That is well loud. Yeah, it's coming up. Oh, that's better. Oh, that's better. It's come off cold start. That was well loud on cold start. Yeah.
Go on then.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds sick.
I like that.
Yeah, that sounds good. It doesn't like split my ears open.
Yeah, that bit does.
It sounds actually really good. It's the first time I feel like I've not ruined it. It's going to be well loud on the dyno though.
That's sound nuts.
Speaking of dynos. So now the RS6 has downpipes installed, but we need to tell the ECU that it has them installed. So I'm bringing the car to Mallory Performance to have it tuned, and we can see what power we can make out of this thing.
The widest I've strapped on here.
The widest you strapped on here?
After 2.5 years. Wow.
It's only just gone on.
How much brake horsepower do you think it's going to make?
Well, stock 550. I think. Is it ambitious to get to 700? I don't know. Maybe it'll get to 700. I don't
It
know.
is quite warm though.
Oh yeah, it's like 30 degrees.
Oh,
Oh my god. So inside here it's 28 degrees Celsius. That's not so good for tuning.
How does the heat affect the tuning?
So the air is less dense. So when the air's hot, there's less air. Whereas when the air's cold, it's more dense, so we can get more air in, which means more fuel and more power. But because it's hot, there's less of it. And look at the humidity.
Wow.
It's humid as well, so it's not great, but we'll see what we can get. We'll do a stock run first. Where's Phil? It's got to be hot now.
Red line's gonna be low.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it doesn't rev much. And the first figures are in at 643 horsepower and 979 newton meters of torque. This car ain't slow to start with, so if you improve that on a hot day as well, oh my god, this is going to be insanely fast.
28 degrees.
Let's, well, Phil, now is your time.
Now I've got to do my bit, you know.
He has. It didn't take long till Phil had tuned the car and we're back in. Here we go. Will it get as far as 700? I don't know if it will in this heat. I don't know if it will. It's so loud. Oh my god. That is so loud. And we have the final figures. There we go. 691 horsepower with 960 newton meters of torque. We are at 25 degrees in here, so we think it should be over 700 brake in the cool. Well done, Phil. So overall, the car made an extra 141 horsepower more than standard and an extra 260 newton meters of torque. Phil did take out a bit of the low range torque because the RS6 are known for snapping drive shafts. Go. Oh. Here we go. First time driving 700 brake horsepower worth of RS6 with a new exhaust as well. Let's hope this goes better than the first time. And the thing is, now we're heading straight to Audi and I really don't think they're going to be happy with what we've done to the car, and we probably shouldn't have done it as well. Right, let's open it up.
Oh my god! That feels so much faster.
That's good.
That feels so good. Oh my god, that is so loud.
Now it looks,
Yeah.
it sounds how
it looks.
That's right, that's
Yeah.
correct. It sounds like, it looks like a monster, it sounds like a monster. But now we head to Audi, where before all of this, a technician called me and told me if I'm thinking of taking the car to America, I need to bring it into Audi first, because there's potentially something that's dangerous on this car. We've arrived at Audi, and for some reason I don't think we're going to be very popular here. Although we might be. They might really like it.
They're gonna hate it.
We've been called in, and we need to know exactly what for. Very good. How are guys? So we've told everyone that Michael needs to come back to Audi for something.
Yes.
And you're kind of going to explain why exactly.
So on the Audi Rs6 with the V8 engine, same as the Rs7s and the S8s, they've got a little oil strainer for the turbo, literally about that big, is behind you there, so I'll show you in a second.
Yeah.
And basically what can happen is that one on the car is a little bit too smooth, so all the bits get blocked, and then that obviously gets blocked up, no oil can go through, turbo starve. When the turbo starve, boom.
New turbo or new engine or...
Yeah.
So it's pretty bad.
It's bad.
Still
But
quite...
it's literally that big.
Right.
But you've got to take the whole inner of the V out, everything. And
Oh, so a lot's got to
long,
come
yeah.
off. So my car's a little bit different to a normal Audi RS6 as well. So before you do this work, I think you guys should probably have a look at it, and yeah, we'll see what you have to take off to do this, if that's all good.
Yeah, go on, then.
Wicked. The RS6's turbos have been known to fail, and sometimes also causing the engine to fail. And this is all because of oil starvation. This happens so much, Audi put out a recall for the RS6. Underneath the turbos, there's an oil strainer which filters the oil going to the turbos. On the standard one, it was getting blocked up with old oil and sometimes carbon deposits. So Audi now have redesigned an oil strainer to allow a better flow of oil to the turbos without it getting blocked up. But this is quite a lot of work to change. And Audi will do this free of charge. But I was worried that they'd have to take off the body kit, so I wanted them to see the car first.
That ain't gonna fit in it.
What do you think?
It is, wow, it's nice, it's really good.
Have you had a car like this come here before?
Nah,
No?
not like that.
Ah, one of a kind.
Now surprisingly, most of the guys at Audi love the car.
Man, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
But I wanted to find out whether they needed to remove the body kit to fit this oil strainer.
So it'll be under there, and then you'll have to do that. You have to take the charge air cooler off, you've got to take these off, all these pipes that connect to the turbos, all these hoses will have to come off.
Oh my God.
And then the front bumper has to come off to take that off, because it pulls off that way. There.
Really? So you just mentioned that the front bumper's got to come off.
Yeah, basically.
Which would mean that probably part of the body kit would have to come off as well.
Yeah.
Is this something that you would touch? Would you still work on it like this?
I think it will depend on which dealership as well.
Right, okay, yeah.
Sometimes they make you sign a waiver, because if we take something off, and we might not be able to put the body kit back on, but we can put the bumper on.
Yeah,
'Cause with
yeah.
child seats, if we take them off, we're not allowed to put them back on.
Right, I see. Oh yeah, that makes
Has to be
that makes sense. Yeah. So if it falls off, then I can't blame you. Okay, that makes perfect sense. But this car is going to America next week, so I'm not discriminating Audi. I think they're perfectly capable of taking this kit off. Thing is, I fitted it and I fitted it my way, and they are probably going to absolutely tear me to pieces for the way I fitted it. So I feel like, are we allowed to buy the gauze kit and do it ourselves?
Yeah, of course. As long, it won't be registered that it's been done, obviously, but you'll have your own proof that you've done it. You've got
A video.
Your video in it. Yeah, there'll be no proof, but it will be done. It will be hopefully safe.
Well, we'll get the part then, and we'll fit it. Anything else whilst we're here? There was something else. As we're going to be driving from California to Las Vegas, it's going to be pretty hot. So I wanted to make sure that our aircon gas was fully topped up. So the lads got onto it there, whilst I went back to the reception and bought the full kit with all the seals to do the recall job myself.
Go.
And with the aircon gassed, it's time for us to head back to the unit. Well, the lads at Audi were surprisingly welcoming to the wide body RS6, and a lot of people liked it, but we've got still so much more to fit to it and fix before we go to America. This is quite a vital part. We don't want the turbos going, we don't want the engine going, especially now it's 700 brake. Right now, the RS6 is in Los Angeles and we are here. So we need to get on the plane and off we go. Come on. The RS6 has already been on its own little journey.
It's made for it. Perfect.
It got loaded into a container, put onto a boat, and then shipped from Portsmouth all the way to LA docks. Now we've just got to catch up with it. We are on the flight, ready to go to LA for the first time ever in my existence. The plan when we arrive is to collect the car and drive it from LA all the way to Las Vegas, where we park it up for the show SEMA. Here it is, here it is.
It looks ridiculous.
Oh,
I forgot how wide that is.
It is literally so wide. It's looking good. Thanks so much.
I was like, I got on the left side first, like, where's the steering wheel?
Oh yeah, what you got on the passenger side?
Yeah, I'm not used to seeing an Audi.
yeah, of course. Is there any RS6s like this shape in the US?
Never. I mean, no, as far as I've seen, I've never seen one before.
Oh, that's cool.
You have the windows down, people be tripping out, bro.
Oh yeah, because the wrong side. The car and ourselves made it to LA. And it's now time to begin the road trip.
You excited for the trip?
Can't wait.
It kind of feels normal driving this car here. It feels like the road's so big, I just feel like I fit in. The car was driving great, and it seemed the US guys were loving it.
Yay!
Whilst was in the US, it would be rude not to check out what the US car scene is like. Which brings us on to our first stop. We're getting in the exotic area, Matt.
Oh,
And we're in a wagon.
yeah!
First stop, Cars and Coffee, which is exceeded my expectations a lot. I mean, look at this. The RS6 has got in the exotic car park that I mean, there's not even this many supercars in the UK, and there's everything here, and everyone's just come here on Saturday morning. It's like what, 9 in the morning?
Yeah.
Well, we're not even at SEMA yet.
I don't want to know what SEMA's
yeah,
gonna be
what
like.
is SEMA going to be like? Okay, so the US car scene is pretty cool, but we've still got a few places to stop off at before getting to SEMA.
I've always dirtied everything that I found. This ain't no difference.
Any fries, any drinks?
Yeah, fries please.
Save all the things that I said that night. Playing it cool, but I never got it right. Baby,
But our next location will be the last location the RS6 will drive.
now that
It wouldn't be America without a drag race, and of course we've got the RS6 and we're about to race it against a few more fast cars. Half a mile in the US. Come on Audi RS6. This was it. We're about to push the RS6 to the absolute limit. Remember, we had this car tuned to 691 horsepower back in the UK. 691 horsepower with 960 newton meters of torque. And our first race today is against a 700 horsepower BMW M5. Similar to the one I previously rebuilt.
Who do you think's going to win?
We are, of course.
Yeah! Iceman! You maverick!
We lined both cars up, both around 700 horsepower and both big family cars. Let's see if Audi really is better than BMW. Here we go. Bad start from us. Bad start, late start. 100 mile an hour. 120. No, we're in limbo. Oh, we're smoking. The turbo's gone. Oh, no. Turbo's blown. Oh no, big smoke!
I think that Audi lost. And there was a lot of smoke coming out the back of it.
Engine stalled. Oh no! We just broke it.
No, you broke it.
So the BMW's back, but Matt isn't, and I think there was a lot of smoke coming out the back of it. Hopefully the car's all right. He's like all the way over there. The fact he's not back yet is not good.
Oh no, what are we gonna do? We're all the way out here. Oh dear. Right, let's see. One run, and it's not. Oh, what broke? As we got over 100 miles an hour, the car went into limp mode. The engine light then started flashing and the car completely stalled. But there was nothing obvious we could see under the bonnet, and underneath looked completely dry. Nothing underneath, it just stinks of oil, doesn't it? So try and start it. Seized. Oh no! No, it seized it. This was bad. The engine is completely seized. No! Oh no! Oh. Yeah, it's chucked a rod out. There was a lot of smoke coming from the side of the engine. So our first thoughts, there's a hole in the side of it. But it was really difficult to see. Before we came up, we checked the oil, we checked the temperatures. It's done plenty of miles. How do you plan on that? This is not good. This is not good at all.
If you will play.
What happened?
You will play.
How's he done that? Oh! Is that metal? No. Okay, we're good. I still don't know what's happened there. Now, before we went away, you guys will remember that we had to take the car to Audi themselves because there was a recall on the oil line which feeds the turbos. Now, Audi couldn't do the job themselves because they would have to take off the body kit.
You might not be able to put the body kit back on, but
So we bought the parts to do it. Problem is, we didn't have the time to do it before the car left. So our initial thoughts was that it was a blown turbo.
I never heard any noise though.
No, but we had helmets on, didn't we? But it felt like it just lost power instantly. Like it weren't long down the strip until we lost power.
I think we're sleeping in the tent.
We still couldn't see any damage to the side of the engine. Can't see it. But the turbos did look okay. It seized us out. But the engine was definitely seized. Are we building another engine again?
No oil in there, is there?
No, there's no oil in there. The coolant looks low. Very low.
Is it a belt or a chain on these?
It's a chain, yeah, it's a chain.
I think we're walking home.
We were stuck. So the guys at Amiga Motorsport called the fire service to help us. But then things got even better. Oh, brilliant. My towing eye is missing. Great. Right, okay, I'm gonna see if it'll go in neutral first. That'll be a good one. When I got back in the car and turned the ignition on, I noticed something. Oh yeah, there's no coolant, Dad. All the coolant's come out, the coolant light's come on.
Has that gone into the engine, you reckon?
That's what could have been the smoke then.
Might have, maybe the head gasket went or something and the water got pumped straight into the cylinder.
And it's hydrolocked it. Yeah, that could have made sense. So for some reason I had no coolant, and also it was showing me that the oil was overfilled. So for sure the coolant has somehow ended up in the oil, but it's still a mystery how. Yeah, that seems quite good. Yeah, so just keep the tension on the cord. Yeah, okay, got it.
You see me do this? I just want you to just brake a little bit more.
Okay.
Oh dear. Another epic episode of Matt Armstrong.
Sometimes things just go wrong, It seems we've failed. I know this RS6 wasn't going to be anywhere near as good as the cars that go to SEMA, as people have spent years getting their car ready to go to it. But to rebuild this car in 24 hours and transform it like we did, with the people I did it with, was a dream come true. And to get it into SEMA would finish that dream. So I'm not going to give up just yet.
For 2 seconds.